What are you doing?
Cindy Collette said, our perfect companions never have fewer than 4 feet. With that being said, how many of you have had pets? Any kind of pets? How many of those pets have been dogs? Okay. According to the APA, which is the American Psychological Association, the very act of being a pet owner or pet parent has mental health benefits. I say this because we're going to be talking about service animals, which are animals that can be trained to help all sorts of people with hearing loss, blindness, anxiety disorders, Alzheimer's, PTSD, autism, schizophrenia, impaired mobility, people with limb loss from the war, even diabetes. They can be trained to do anything. So today we're going to be talking about mostly PTSD victims and the service animals that help them. I've personally raised dogs. My family used to breed labs and raise them and train them for duck hunting and things of that sort. So I know how loyal they can be and how easy they are to train to do all kinds of stuff. They have to have a certain temperament, such as be sociable, able to anticipate the owner's needs depending on their disability. Sweet, but they need to be alert. They cannot be overly excited because they can easily startle someone that has PTSD or make them go into a panic mode. Their non-judgmental nature makes them biologically inclined to help with the emotional walls that PTSD can build up from fear that someone is coming to get you, or flashbacks or things of that sort. In an article by Christina Klesdick, she said that a good PTSD service dog carries out their duties to defend you in a non-violent and non-threatening way. That way they constantly feel that someone is there for them, or that someone has their best interest at heart and they don't have to look out for themselves, which allows them to live more independently throughout the day. They can be trained for anything from a medical crisis, which could be them going into a panic mode or into an anxiety attack and they need their medicine, and they can be trained to go to a cabinet and retrieve your medicine and bring it to you. They can be trained to go to the refrigerator and bring you a drink to take your medicine with. They can be trained to have an emergency phone on their collar that they hit the button and it calls 911. Like, it's crazy. They can be trained to help coping with emotional overload, which means if a PTSD victim is going into a frantic state or get really anxious, they can be trained to jump up in their lap and start nuzzling them or licking their face to calm them down. If they start hitting themselves in the face, they are trained to put their head in between their hands to keep them from harming themselves and take them out of aggressive situations. They can help with security enhancement tasks, such as they can walk in the house before the PTSD victim and do a walkthrough and come back out and let them know that no one's there. Or they can be trained to walk around a street corner and come back and let them know that it's safe. Because with PTSD, they have flashbacks and often feel like someone is coming for them and can be very paranoid. Klesdick also said that it can give them a sense of independence and confidence, that they can live their daily life without having to have someone constantly helping them, like a nurse or a counselor or a therapist, that can help prevent future issues such as alcohol and drug abuse, because it keeps their emotions lower and keeps them from going into panic mode where they don't necessarily have to start using drugs and things of that sort. Psychiatric service dogs is what they're technically called, or psychiatric service animals. They can be very helpful. Like I said, they're specially trained and they are specially picked out. And these animals are not cheap. I've read that they can go from anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 because of all the training that they go into. They can help also with people with mobility impairment. They can balance them. They're taught to let them lean on them, things of that sort when they're going upstairs, and things like that. People who have limb loss, they can walk with the dog beside them and use them kind of like a crutch, and it allows them to get around easier. Like I said, they can perform very intricate tasks such as the craziest thing like going to get a bottle of water out of the fridge so that you can take your medicine. They can alert you that the smoke alarm is going off if you're in the middle of a panic attack and don't know what's going on. They can wake you up out of your sleep if you're in the middle of a night terror or things like that. So I'm going to leave you with this. An unknown author said, "The most advanced technology capable of transforming the life of a person with a disability has a cold nose and a warm heart." Thank you.